Hi and welcome to Ilovewhisky. My name is Leonardo and I'm here to show you how you can make a very great classic cocktail with whiskey. Now I could do the really boring road and take you through a lot of old fashions, which I will do at one point. But to begin with, I'm going to do something different. I want to do something that right now I haven't seen so many people doing, and that's actually making these different types of classic cocktails and actually making a...
Could you see my glasses?
What the hell are you doing? I'm doing like a video for the Whisky channel.
Oh.
Don't you have something to do? Anyways, this channel is about whiskey and classic cocktails. Now, what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to take these different classics and I'm not just going to add any whiskey. No. From the basis of the knowledge I have about whiskeys, I'm going to choose a whiskey that is a perfect match or a perfect fit for this. Now, bear with me because some of the cocktails, it will be the first time that I will make in front of you. And for this day's classic cocktail, I've chosen a very classic cocktail which is gin based. And the easy choice would be to take some kind of whiskey that is not so flavorful, so it just blends in. But we don't want to do that. We want it to be the hero of our cocktail. And the drink of today is the cocktail called The Last Word. Really popular during the Prohibition time. But enough about the stories. I won't go into the details of the story of this cocktail. What I will do is tell you how you can make it at home and how you can make this cocktail way more exciting than the original gin version. Now, the original recipe, and I'm going to talk in CLs. Of course, at the bottom of the description of this video, you can see the measurements in ounces as well. But in the original recipe, we use first 3 CLs of gin, 3 CLs of Chartrause, which is this little buddy over here, and Maraschino liquor, 3 CLs. And of course, the last part would be gin when we talk about the spirits. The last component would be lime juice. So we're gonna keep that recipe, but we're gonna of course, first of all, take the gin away. And for this hero of the day, we have chosen Stork German Rye whiskey. Now, if you don't know it, I'm not surprised because it's fairly new. It's not that old in the market. It's been existing a bit more than a year, maybe 2. Hi, welcome.
Hi.
You look a bit different than last time I saw you.
Yeah.
So I guess you're helping or assisting.
Yeah, sure.
So back to the whiskey. German Rye whiskey. Why did I choose this whiskey? First of all, because it's a bit different from a lot of other rye whiskeys out there. It's really, at the same time, it's sweet, but it's also very strong. Right now, it has the alcohol percentage of 55%. And if you're looking in proof, it's 110 proof. So, to begin with this cocktail, first we need to find out which glass we need. We need this martini or cocktail glass, whatever you want to call it. And the first part we want to do is, of course, cool it down. Why? Because, you have a question?
No.
No? Okay. Because the first thing we want to make sure of is that once we shake the cocktail, which is the process to make this cocktail in particular, we're creating a certain temperature in our shaker. Now, I'll be using a 2-part shaker, but you can also at home use the 3-part shaker, which of course would be this, and a third part on the top. Usually it's with a small jigger. So, cooling down the glass, and like I was saying, we're shaking the drink and we're creating certain temperature. We want to keep that temperature as close as possible. So once we've done shaking and we have to put it in this glass, we will get rid of the ice. So the glass is cold. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to add is, since this is a whiskey cocktail, instead of making that 3 CLs that I was recommending before, or I was telling was the original recipe, we're going to add 4 CLs. Now I have 2 different types of measuring tools, or 2 jiggers as they're called. I have the 4 and 2, and I have the 6 and 3. Now of course it makes most sense that I use my 4 at this point. So when we adding our whiskey, of course, we need to choose wisely. And like I said before, the reason I chose this one is because I wanted it to be dominant, but I didn't choose a smoky whiskey because I didn't want it to take it too much over the flavor. And I still want to keep it inside that last word, you know. So you taste it and you know, like, this is a twist to that cocktail. So first I had my whiskey. Now to the next one, the French liqueur, Chartrause. You can get it in green, as we have it here, or we can have it in yellow. I will use this. Now I need to choose where I want to go down. Is it on the Chartrause or is it the Maraschino? Now the Chartrause is a very strong flavor. So actually, of the ones I wanted to take a bit down would be the Chartrause, because it has a lot of flavor and can really take over a cocktail. So instead of 3, I'm going to use 2. That means I'll use the bottom part here, down to the shaker. Next part, I want to add some Maraschino. Maraschino is a sweet liquor. So this one would be the one that I keep at 3 CLs. And to make it easy, I take this one that has the 3 CLs here. Add it to the shaker. So to the last part of this drink, or almost last part, and you're gonna understand why, we need to add some freshly squeezed lime juice. Same measurement as our last ingredient before, which was the Maraschino. So 3 CLs of freshly squeezed lime juice. Now, this is the core of the drink. This is the drink basically, so you need to shake it and just serve it. However, what I found is that a small doses of sugar water can make a great deal of difference, in a good way, of course. Because sugar, what we make with sugar actually is, a lot of times when a drink is kind of, you know, dry, or it's not really, doesn't have that flavor you're looking for, something that just combines the ingredients is sugar. But we don't want to make it sweet, so don't overdo it. We're not going to put like 3 CLs. What I'm suggesting here is we add only 1. Now I haven't tried it myself before with 1 CL of sugar, so I'm going to add 1 CL here, and we're going to cross fingers that it actually works. Now before I start shaking, I of course need to add ice. Would you like to shake?
Of course.
So the point here with shaking is, of course, we're hitting all the ice cubes and we're actually diluting the ice, hence adding water. But not only that, we're also trying to make it cool. Just start shaking. So once she's finished dancing, I think we can stop. Now that she finished dancing, we need to open it. Now, it's going to be very cold, so sometimes it can be difficult to open, especially if it's a new equipment. It's a bit more tight. The more used it gets, the more easy it gets. But it's about technique. And as you can see here, this is fairly new, so it's going to be a bit more hard. But, a bit of squeeze there. Now, I want to taste my drink, because if I don't taste it, then I really don't know how it tastes before I serve it. So I don't know if I did a good job or not. Let's taste it. That's very good. Now, you get around all the flavors with this one, and the key difference in this last word, apart from the whiskey, what the whiskey does, especially this one, since it's a rye whiskey, you get this peppery feel in this cocktail, and you still keep it fresh, still keep it a bit sweet compared to what it was before, and you really have that round flavor. And since we added whiskey, at the same time you get this a bit dry, like a dry finish as well. So you get a bit sweetness, you get a bit pepperish, and you get that dry, small wooden feel to it. So we need to add this into that. And first we get rid of this ice, because this ice is dead. So we put it in the glass here, and voila. Would you like to taste it? Now that you're here?
Yeah. Why not?
I can see you already tasted it a bit in some different way.
How should I taste it?
Well, actually, we should drink it from the glass.
Ah.
Take it like this, and you say cheers, and taste it. This was all for now. Please remember to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of these delicious whiskey cocktails being made. See you.